Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. So today I want to talk about speaking out to the Electroneum and the Polkadot community, and it's no accident that I speak to these communities a lot. One of the reasons is I believe Electroneum and Polkadot are projects that are on par with what's going to be necessary for the space to adopt and be substantial enough, significant enough to bring people in from the masses, right? And at the end of the day, I think when you're dealing with something of this scale, decentralization and the segregation of these networks, as it were, you're thinking of something that's going to change the world and be big, right? Otherwise, I don't think it's going to be something that is really going to really matter to people, right? So I'm here on the Electroneum Anytask site, and if you don't know what Electroneum is one of these projects I think that gave a lot of thought to what it was going to take to create cryptocurrency projects that are going to be actually used by people, because without use, there is no purpose, and without purpose, then your project is shot, right? So what this is it resembles Fiverr a lot, right? The task worker site, and Anytask does this with cryptocurrency. Now Electroneum does this in a unique way, and the way it does it is that it accepts fiat currency, right, cash, and it pays the sellers of these products, the task workers, as it were, pays them in Electroneum, right? So what you've done there is you're facilitating the adoption of the normal standard economy into cryptocurrency, and it has to be done in a seamless way like that. So today I want to talk about not only some of the great approaches Electroneum's doing, projects like Lolly is doing, which is rebates on your on things you buy every day, your airline tickets, hotels, you get back Bitcoin, right? All these projects are taking into consideration what I believe to be taking a serious approach to what's going to be really used and what's going to matter, right? Um, and so And looking at that, another thing I think is going to be very important that I don't see a lot in cryptocurrency is referral programs. Why aren't there more referral programs, right? And serious referral programs. The biggest corporations in the world use referral programs. Amazon has referral programs, affiliate marketing programs. Apple, they all have these things. And it's almost only makes sense that cryptocurrency would have these things. All right, here on Bitcoin MYK, where on Bitcoin MYK, we do have a referral program. And it's very important to know the amount of value a referral program can bring. We had, I think when Electroneum first started, the large ICO that was possible had a lot to do with a referral program, right, where they earn some of the cryptocurrency by referring people to the ICO. And again, many major corporations use referral programs for marketing and ways to bring brand awareness. And all these things are very important in crypto. And there are some mechanical and technical reasons why referral programs don't work out with cryptocurrency, or they can't incorporate them on the blockchain. But I think it's also important to disconnect from this created idea of decentralization, where people believe every single thing needs to be on the blockchain. For example, a lot of the issue isn't so much about everything being on the blockchain, but the decentralization of value. And as to say, we can have millions of segregated machines, but all those machines could be owned and controlled by uh, a minority group or entity, right? So it's not so much the problem of the segregation of the machines, but it is the idea of the decentralization of the cryptocurrency itself. And I think the Bitcoin MYK project focuses more on that than just segregating machines, right? Because again, we don't know who owns most of Bitcoin that's out there, right? It could be a very small group of people that own it. So whereas the blockchain is very important in this process, we're not taking that away. We're only saying that we should look at the actual decentralization of the cryptocurrency itself, um, through better distribution, through broader distribution, right? So one way to do that, a great way to do that, is with a referral program, right? So we have one here where you can earn our cryptocurrency. Um, and it is a deflationary coin. It does, the supply does reduce against the transactions. Let's take a look at our affiliate area. And this is something you can join today, start earning our cryptocurrency, which we think is going to hold tremendous value one day. And we think this is going to be a great way to get people participating. As the model that we operate on is called the proof of participation model, right? So as we go into our referral program, the affiliate area, let's see here, you can see that it produces, I don't, I'm a pretty bad referrer too. As you see, I've referred one here. But right, as you can see, you have your own dashboard, right? Number of sales referred, the commissions paid, you get your affiliate links, whether it's text or email, or if you want to post it to your websites, right? And you can earn Bitcoin MYK tokens for everyone that signs up under your link. And we think that that's going to be idea to what we're looking for in cryptocurrency, right? That ability to bring in masses of people, bring in masses of people. Unfortunately, in talking to the Electroneum and the Polkadot communities, the two projects that I believe in my mind gets it, I believe Electroneum gets it because I think the business aspect of the management team, I think they understand branding and markets and how to engage with that community. And I do think that's going to pay off in the future, right? I think that's going to be something that's going to be a strength for Electroneum. Whereas Electroneum is able to do that, I believe the Polkadot community is going to be able to bring the technology to scale to be able to facilitate, all these users that possibly projects like Electroneum can bring in because there is actual use in these projects. Now, a lot of people talk about Ethereum and the contracts and a lot of the technologies that's going to be possible on Ethereum and Ethereum 2.0, which although the staking part is coming out probably this year, many of the sharding and other things that people are looking to see, that may not happen until years, coming. So we don't know. But Polkadot is very promising, and through the use of its parachain technology, it will seem that it will be able to scale and there not be the problems of congestion and there not be the problems of being able to scale, right? And so these are going to be very important elements to make this this space significant and useful to people on the level and on the scale that we need to be. Now the problem is, you look at something like Ethereum with really high transactional fees and things like that. Who's using that? Not normal everyday people, right? This is a rich traders club, right? This is a traders club that is not for everybody. And because it's not for everybody, you're dealing with a very limited pools, right? You're dealing with very limited pools, a very limited opportunity, and very little chance of growth. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't say that, but I think that's what the reality of the situation is. And until those problems are solved and met, Ethereum is a rich rich kids trading program, right? It's just a bunch of people with money to throw away, playing around, going to the slot machine, gambling, and that's how 90% of cryptocurrencies. That's pretty much how all of it is, except for Bitcoin, right? But I think what Bitcoin MYK gets right is it's approaching this from a more of a systemic change in our economic value system way. And it's basically taking every user and saying the value lies in them, and they're joining this network and they become part sharers of the value in this network, right? And we believe that can produce overall one of the important aspects of cryptocurrency we're after, and that's creating a currency that is protected from governments, that is not subject to inflation, it's not subject to some type of government control or theft, and things like that, right? So that's very big and that's very important if you can get enough people using it and mass adopting it. And I think the only thing that speaks the language and communicates with people enough to care enough about it is going to be something like universal basic income, right? But that's all I want to talk about in the referral program today. And with that, you can join our referral program today. We'll leave a link in the description. I'll leave my affiliate link, so maybe I can encourage you all to get some signups under my link on the Bitcoin MYK site. And so maybe you'll get me some referrals, because I'm obviously doing a terrible job, right? Although a lot of people have registered with our site, apparently I forgot to use my affiliate link, right? So now let's talk about another project that I'm very interested in. I think it's going to do quite well, and that is Dtube, right? That's going to be launching on October 1st. All right, so we're here on the Dtube site. Again, this is going to be launching on October 1st. And Dtube has always got my attention. Unfortunately, video projects, video hosting projects, haven't done very well in the cryptocurrency space. And to my surprise, right, but it's kind of similar to social media, isn't it? Two of the things that I would think would perform very well in cryptocurrency when it comes to use social media sites, video hosting sites, aren't top 10 cryptocurrencies, right? But I do think that's going to change. I think the future of cryptocurrency is going to be dramatically different, right? I think we're still looking at a lot of the old ways and dinosaurs and financial coins, deflationary coins, like the early days of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash. And now we're seeing that change, right? We're seeing projects like Polkadot and Chainlink break into the top 10. And there's going to possibly be more projects like them coming soon. And so the landscape is changing, right? But now my hope still lies in these video platforms, not only because I like videos and things like that, but let's think about what value video hosting sites deliver for a moment. Let's look at something like YouTube, right? Billions of visits, over 5 billion visits a day, right? To YouTube. And YouTube is now ranked #1 as the most educational website online, period. So you're talking about a great use. People can gather more information, more learning through the audio visual from video, right? And so that's why a lot of people like, and that's why the visits are so high. Now, many of these sites, like where Dtube came from Steam, and Steam later became Hive, and so on and so forth. Many of the problems with those sites is there's a big value issue in blogs, right, and blogging and writing articles. And the reason being is the first issue is from a value perspective, and that's where many of these projects are going. From a value perspective, a lot of this content is free, so it's hard to value it. So any money that's being received from many of these articles is so on and so forth, unless it has advertisement running or something like that, it's going to be problematic, because you can't really give it value when you can get it so easily. It's so easily available to access on site for free. So that's going to create some issues, and generally what happens, it becomes more of a social club, social status type thing, more of a social credit system, for lack of a better word. And, I think that's creating a lot of problems psychologically with people. And I don't think that is gonna these projects gonna pan out maybe like people think they are, and that's a problem with them. Now, speaking of something like video and tutorials and things like that, these are educational sites, and cryptocurrency could offer a much more efficient way to compensate people and so on and so forth. Not saying you can't do that with blogs, but obviously there is a great deal more demand for value-wise of a video over an article, right? And so that's why I think this is so important. Also, I find it quite plausible that video sites could easily take about 1% of YouTube's market cap, which would make them collectively like over $1 billion. But what we're getting instead in cryptocurrency is many video hosting sites, whether it be Library TV or many of the others that have attempted to do this. I think 3Speaks try to do something like this with Steam blockchain, Dtube coming over from there, DLive, and so on and so forth. Many of these projects have struggled to maintain a market cap of $5 million, yet alone have market caps in excess of hundreds of millions of dollars to billions of dollars, and still in that only being able to take only about 1% of the YouTube value, right? Market share. And I think it's very important that we understand why this is happening and what can be done about it, and why I think this is going to be a lot more easily digestible for people adopting into cryptocurrency, which is going to bring that value and attention and money that many of us in this space are really truly looking for. Because like I said earlier, at best now, what the top players in cryptocurrency are doing is they're part of just a rich kids gambling scheme, right? It's a very small pool. And, despite their biggest accomplishments, the market value of cryptocurrency hasn't really moved much in the last 3 years, has it? It's pretty much been the same, right? Bitcoin struggles to stay in the $10,000 range. There is obviously something we're missing. And I think this video is discussing many of those things that we really need to pay attention to. And I think projects like Bitcoin MYK that are going to merge and fork Bitcoin instead of creating thousands upon thousands of cryptocurrencies for people to be confused about where to put value and so on and so forth. Being able to kind of work as a companion with Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin MYK is going to do very, very well in that area. But that's my take on that. And in conclusion, I want to talk about Leofinance because I think it's important that we speak about places where the Bitcoin MYK project trades, because it does trade on one and the same exchanges as Leofinance. But just speak a little bit about where the future, where we see some of these projects going. Okay, so taking a look at Leofinance on the Hive Engine exchange. Now, what's happened with Leofinance is it was able to basically have wrapped Leo cryptocurrency, which is basically enables it to trade on the Ethereum blockchain off Uniswap. And that basically created a big run up in value of Leofinance. Leofinance was also part of the SCOT protocol token creation, which is similar to what you might get with an ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain, the Hive blockchain, the Steam blockchain. They have their versions, right, of their token creation. And so Leofinance was created from that. Now, the project itself, it runs on a DPoS platform, and it's a very ambitious project, and it seemed to start to gather a pretty good user base, specifically with writing crypto articles. And so it's one of these blogging type DPoS projects. And many of us have had issues with that in the past. But I must say, Leofinance is doing something that, as far as the development goes, they seem to be fast on development and creating a variety of applications and UIs. And to that, they do a very good job, and the project looks very good. Unfortunately, we think ideas what's going on with DPoS. When we look at the history of Steam and Hive, it seems that those projects, some of us believe, have been run in the ground to the point we have started to doubt if they're going to be successful. Just some of the inherent flaws that are involved with DPoS systems, and that's for another video to go over all those things. But what does seem to be working for Leo is its integration into Ethereum, and there seems to be that they're going to want to do other blockchains, right? I'm also very hopeful for this project because it's one of the only tokens I'm aware of in the Steam and Hive ecosystem to be listed on CoinGecko. I believe they're on Blockfolio now, and so they're making some very impressive moves for a cryptocurrency. I believe with liquidity of only about $300,000, right? Um, One controversial issue happening with Leofinance, though, seems to be that some of the Hive community believe that what's allowing them to fund their value and effort is basically taking money out of the Hive ecosystem. Now, part of the issue, of course, with that is that some believe that might hurt this Hive price. Uh, on the bright side of things, Leofinance, if they can bring some of the Ethereum users back to the ecosystem of the Hive and Hive Engine, perhaps some of that value will come and trickle down to some of our other projects, and that's what I'm hoping with Bitcoin MYK, which happens to trade on this exchange, right? And Bitcoin MYK happens to be one of those projects where we feel we've thought about everything that it's going to take to get mass adoption, that's going to take to get value, and that's going to be incentivized for people to participate in something that I think is very hard in cryptocurrency in this period of time, especially that many people are treating cryptocurrency like gambling. If we're honest about what's happening in cryptocurrency, there isn't really use going on, right? Most people I talk to, they're not using cryptocurrency for practical things every day that are going to be paramount to what the future of cryptocurrency is going to look like, right? But there are some projects, I think, as we discussed earlier, projects like Electroneum, projects like Polkadot, projects like Lolly, uh, projects like Bitcoin MYK, and our referral program to bring everybody into the proof of participation model that is a universal bridge cryptocurrency, right? That is a universal basic income cryptocurrency, something that is one of the hottest topics, one of the most important topics of our day. And we believe projects like that will get us there. But there are some good projects in their own niche markets like Leofinance that I think at this particular time might be good for the space and hopefully good for bringing attention to these cryptocurrencies on exchanges like Hive Engine. So we're hoping that's the case, and we're going to be looking out for that, see what happens. But make sure you join Bitcoin MYK, start promoting with your affiliate link. You can earn some Bitcoin MYK. Many successful projects through referral programs, the Amways, as it were, grew to very large systems, right? And there's just something about people being able to participate and earn, and that's what referral programs allow. But unfortunately, we haven't seen enough of them in the cryptocurrency space, and when we do see them, they're usually attached to scam projects and not real projects. So that is a huge concern and problem. But hopefully, Bitcoin MYK will move the space out of those type things. And we'd love for you all to join today and participate. We believe you're going to be glad you did. But that's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to share this content across your social media, cryptocurrency projects and groups. Don't forget to hit that bell notification at the top of your YouTube video when you do subscribe. That way you don't miss a video from us. Until next time, as always, take care.